Good morning and welcome to Memphis Monday 167. If you remember last week we built a shed roof over our west entrance to the Memphis Applegate shop. Well, today we're going to extend the deck. The current deck is 8 by 8 and we're going to build us another 8 by 8 deck to the north. Let's knock off the chit chat and go out there and look at the problem. Well, last week we built this nice shed roof. Let's take a long view of it. Here's our shed roof. It's 20 feet long and about 10 feet wide, but the deck underneath is 8 feet wide and it only extends about halfway. Let's go look at the big hole we got to fill. This is the currently standing 8-foot by 8-foot deck. We built this a couple of years ago. And this is the space we got to fill another 8 by 8 foot section. I've laid some boards down in there trying to get an idea of how much fill I need to put in. Right now it looks like the ground is maybe 2-3 inches too low. I need to put some sand in there to level it out so that we have a good interface between the two decks. It'll really look silly if the decks don't exactly line up. Here you can see I put those boards in there and the new deck is lower, and I can get that relationship pretty easy because my old deck comes right up even with the beginning of the siding. And here you can see on this board that the siding is a good deal higher. So what I need to do is build the ground up so that my board is right up on that siding. My foundation would be made up primarily of 5 4x4s that are rated for ground contact. Ground contact means that they can be touching the ground. It doesn't mean they can be buried or submerged in a swamp, but these will be lying on dry sand and they should do fine. Additionally, I'll be using these flat concrete blocks as foundation as needed underneath the 4x4 foundation. So how did I figure out how much dirt to bring in here? It was simple. I gave out and I ain't gonna haul any more dirt in here. So this is how much we're gonna have. Well, there's my bed of sand. I'll move it around as necessary to get the correct slope. Here's a drawing of the scheme. Here's the existing deck down here. And I'll nail a 2x4 along the frame of the old deck, and then the 4x4s will radiate out from that, and they're 8 feet long, and these 2x4s will be 7 feet long, and they'll be nailed from the end. These 8-foot 4x4s have to be exactly 8 feet or they won't be square. These things are always just a little bit long. This one's 7/16, for example, long. That one's 3/8 long, and that one's a 1/2 inch long. So I've measured those. I'm going to cut off the excess now. Well, what I'm doing here is getting my framework just the way I want it. Getting the pitch on the deck just right. I got the foundation about where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and nail in the foundation, or the header board. I'm using 3-inch exterior grade ring shank nails. I used them on this other deck here and they worked out fine. I'm toe-nailing in these floor joists. I'd rather, do it from the end, but that means I would have had to move this thing as a unit, and that would have been impossible. And for the end header board, I can just end nail. There's our frame. I guess we can start putting down some deck boards. Remember last week we actually cut some of that sheet metal for the roof using this jigsaw, and we used just a regular wood cutting bit. And now it's interesting to me if this thing will still cut wood. Let's try it. And here's that cutout. Had to make this, to fit around the conduits here. Put the thing on assault rifle mode. I'm using these 3-inch ring shank nails. They're galvanized and rated for exterior use. The reason I call them ring shank is they got the serrated edge on the nail body that makes them very difficult to pull out. And since we're going into 4x4s, I have plenty of meat, so I can use these big nails. I want this last full board to hang over the edge here a little bit. So I'm going to cut me about a 3-inch strip to fit in here. Cutting deck wood on table saw sometimes can be hard because it's real wet and real heavy. But I saved this, the driest piece of the bunch, anticipating that I'd probably have to do something like this. Now we just fire in our last 2 boards. Now you got to give it to the old timers that used to put these do all this nailing with a hammer. Well, that'll do it for for Memphis Monday 167. Last week we got our shed roof in, 20 feet long, 10 feet wide. And then this week we completed our deck. An additional, I guess it's about 9 feet. Lines up perfectly with the old deck. That's important. And it'll weather in and begin to look like the old deck after a while. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied. Do have a problem though. See all those tools? They're all waiting to get put underneath the shed. You know how pushy tools can be. Well, that'll do it for Memphis Monday 167. Building the shed deck extension, another 9 feet of deck to the north of the other one. So that completes our whole project out there as far as I know. But I guess we answered the question, what do you do if you have to build it? Everybody has a deck that's 3 feet off the ground or 4 feet off the ground or 2 feet off the ground. But what if your deck is 5 inches off the ground? And I showed you today, I showed you how you could do that. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. All right, rambling on. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with today's project. And as I said, I really can't think of anything I've done different. But thanks for watching. Make sure you tweet and Facebook and like and share and comment and all the stuff you do on the internet. But what's the most important thing? That's right. Make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.